Hi, I'm Kaeleigh, and I'm working with Miss Chloe today to show you how to syringe feed. So we have a few supplies you'll need. First thing you'll need is the canned food to do so. So there's a few options, one of which is AD, just a high calorie, very soft pate. There's some other options like Rocaine and Recovery. There's some more besides that, but those are kind of the two we use the most. And what we're going to be doing is adding some water to that canned food to make it into more of a slurry, even more so that it can be sucked up into a syringe and actually syringe the cat. So it's going to look kind of like a mess, very slurried, soft mess. And what you're doing is you're adding a little bit of canned food at a time. I'll usually just kind of eyeball it, but it's somewhere between 3 to 5 mils, depending on how much canned food you're doing at a time. With that, we're usually doing increments of a quarter or a third of a can, sometimes less, depending on how they're taking it. And I just want to get it really slurred enough that I can take my 3 ml, my dirty syringe here, to suck up that food. And so it should be able to just suck right up, and then I'm ready to go. So besides your food, you'll need things like a little mixing cup, your canned food, a 3 ml syringe, and then just something to mix that all up with. And then you've got everything you need to go. Otherwise, once you've got that ready, you'll grab your kitty. And if you're doing this alone, like I am with Miss Chloe, you'll want to either get her on some sort of countertop or table, or you can get get on the floor with them between your knees, and you're going to act as a backboard. So right now I've got her butt into my chest here so that if she tried to back up, she can't go anywhere. And then I can get on with my syringe feeding. So I'm right-handed, so that's what I'll be holding my syringe with today. And with my left hand, I'm going to hold her head. And so I'm going to come from the top of her head to have control of it. And right in between her little ears and eyes, there's a little cheekbone, almost ridges, that you'll feel to grab and just have a little bit of control for her head. So I'm going to come in here and just with these two, whatever fingers are comfortable, and it looks kind of funny, I'm just gently lifting her head up. And then with my syringe tip, I'm going to come in from one side or the other, and I'm just going to barely insert the tip, and I'm going to aim for the roof of her mouth and squirt. And basically you'll want to do small increments, usually no more than 1 to 1.5 maybe mLs at a time. Depending on how they're taking it, you may need to do less. And the key again is that you're only getting the tip of this syringe into her mouth because you want her to be able to prehend this or swallow this on her own. Your goal is not to shoot this to the back of her throat because then she is at higher risk of breathing that in or aspirating. So you really want to aim for the roof of her mouth so she's swallowing it all back on her own. You can come in from either side, that works for you. So we'll come and do the other one. I know, Miss Chloe. Here, and I'm just gonna come into the tip, squirt some in, and then she's swallowing that up there. So again, doing kind of small increments at a time, and you can just, we're doing that over and over again until we get the amount in. You'll want to watch for signs that she's not taking that well, in this case she is, but sometimes they won't. So things that you'll look for: drooling, if they're pushing food out of their mouths, if they're really tossing their head and chewing an exorbitant amount, that may be signs that they are nauseous or that it's not going well with the food, in which case you want to abort as far as that's concerned. But otherwise, if they're taking it like she does, where they're just swallowing it back, those are signs it's going well, and to continue until you're done with the feeding.